Alrighty, I'm back from the last recap. Doing these back to back. So, week 3, December. This week was a little bit better than last week. Actually, I mean, any week could be better than last week's. But dude, week 2 was just so shit. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this done. Hopefully, I'm warmed up from the last recap so I can get on with this. Cause I'm fucking tired and I'm hungry. So let's go. All right, starting off with Monday. So the structure looks pretty self-explanatory. We have, so market opens right here, right? We have London and Asia very, very close. London's an actual low. Asia just is Asia. There's a fat 4 hour right here. Okay, really huge imbalance that we filled around probably like EQ of the range. Same with the hourly. And same with the 15-minute. Well, we probably inversed this, but it doesn't really matter because we have big high time frame imbalances that we're coming off of. Now, what I was expecting for this trade was us to come up to this 15-minute, but I think we just actually ended up running down this day. As you can see here, boom, death candles to the downside, inversing 1, 2 for value gaps. Then we have this one, so we can look for a continuation. It's confirmed our bias is bearish. All right, there's no way we're recovering and running up higher. There's no reason to, and this just looks impossible. Okay, so we'll look for a 5 or 15-minute, which kind of looks very unlikely. I mean, the 5-minute is very small, and it is like 70, almost 100 points away. Very unlikely, so honestly just looks like a missed out opportunity so far. I mean, and the targets are right here. Like, it's pretty unfortunate. We end up hitting the targets, but while we hit the targets, we do also inverse this gap as well. And it's confirmed that, okay, we can run lower towards these lows right here. We have an unmitigated 15-minute and unmitigated 30-minute, and just these lows here. If we check ES, let's see what's up with that. ES looks a lot better in terms of draw and liquidity because we have this low resistance liquidity right there. Looks amazing. And yeah, so we'll just look for a 5-minute pullback. We're displacing through these levels here, so we know that we want to be bearish still. And right here, we tap into the 5-minute right there, and let's see if there's an SMT or something. No SMT. Both pairs hit the 5-minute. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's just an extra confluence that's not there. We do have a very nice 1-minute, and I think I took this and I got break even. And what's unfortunate about this trade is, yes, mechanically the break even should be here, but I mean, if it's that close, you got to give this a little bit of breathing room. I mean, what I was expecting was for us to have a big candle here pushing through this. Didn't really want to see us reject off here. And yeah, I ended up getting break even by just a few points or a few ticks. And then this ended up hitting full TP for around a 1.5 R. If we go on the higher time frame, just look at those targets over here. Why are they so far away? Yeah, we have liquidity down there too that we probably hit. Yeah, okay. Well, this is a pretty good trade. I like this a lot. Very nice, simple continuation model. Those are probably one of my favorites. Much easier than trading reversals, if you ask me. Actually, that depends. It's a topic for another discussion. So let's go ahead and get into the next day. All right, day 2. Looks like we have a break even and a winning trade. We'll go ahead and move forward with the first trade. We have a data high because on Monday we didn't have any news. Except for this bullshit though. And Tuesday we had 8:15, 8:30, 9:45, all red folder news. That's insane. That looks super attractive. Put in a data wick right here. We have this 4-hour above as well. Let me actually bring this back so it doesn't look so complicated. Okay, here, we reach EQ of this range. We resweep this low. Let's see what else. We tap into this unmitigated 15-minute right there. Yeah, on these days where we take, like London takes Asia, I'm not really expecting for London to get hit. So, I mean, it's very unlikely we're all the way up here. I don't see a reason for us to come all the way back down here. So it's not something in mind. This data wick looks much more attractive than that. So basically what happens is we take, we also have an unmitigated hourly. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's hiding behind the little OTE thing. But I was like, what is that from? It's just a random rate, but it was from the other day. But yeah, we have a fat candle here. Look at this. That's crazy. 50 plus point range. It's like 100 points almost. Look at that. 96 points. That's holy. Anyways, we unfortunately hit the break-even point. This would have been an ideal break-even point. Yes, there was 2 minutes as well, but dude, I mean, the delivery, you don't need to wait for the 2 minute if you see that happen. There's no reason to wait for the 2 minute whatsoever. But the break-even point was, I guess, just this high. Maybe it's a 5 minute or something. I don't know. Or it's just an internal high. The 4 minute is taking forever to load. It's so fucking annoying. So it's unmitigated 4 minute. A 3 minute that's tapped into, a 2 minute that's tapped into, and a 1 minute that's also tapped into. So decent break-even point if you ask me. It's just based off the internal high. Ends up getting break-even here. And runs up, and then this ends up failing. And we actually resweep this level here, so it's not really much else going on. We resweep that. Wow, ES looks amazing right here. I think ES looks better in terms of structure because we have accumulation. Oh shit, wrong one. Accumulation, manipulation, and are you gonna fucking work? Thank you. Distribution. That looks much better than this. This kind of just looks like a hunk of dunk. It's just kind of all over the place. Up, down, up, down, up, down, you know. But we resweep that level, and again, we're followed with more displacement. This is like a 75 point candle range. We have a 1 minute IFPG as well as a 2 minute that takes place. So entries would be up here, stops maybe can be at right there underneath this fair value gap, targeting the data wick, and runners toward this 4 hour. 4 hour doesn't like get hit or anything, but data wick does get hit, so full TP there, and then this trade just fails for the runners. But yeah, really nice trade. All you need here is the data wick. I don't see a need to push it out for here. I mean, unless you're like holding runners, makes sense, but if you're trying to full TP here, that's just really retarded. But yeah, great trade. And let's move on to the next day. Wow, we're kind of brushing through this pretty quickly. I like this. We should always do trade recaps like this. Okay, Wednesday. This looks interesting. Okay, so not much, like no session highs or lows to aim for, but we sweep this low here. We sweep this low, making an SMT is what it looks like. SMT, so we sweep this low as well, but we make an SMT at this low. We got EQ of the range, we're in discount, and we have an unmitigated 5 minute above, and these are much better, okay? I will say that. So if you have an imbalance, something like this, like, what should I use? What should I use? What should I use? Okay. Like, if it's like that, and the imbalance is something, like, it's a pretty decent sized imbalance, 5 minute. This is strictly for the 5 minute. These are really attractive to aim for. Now, when it's like this, right? When it's an imbalance like this, it's all the way up here, and not even that, it's like probably like a small one. These are how you know these are very unlikely to get hit, and you shouldn't really target those or expect them to get hit. I mean, look at this huge wick we put in. This is much better. We leave a small wick, a pretty strong closed body. It looks almost bound to get hit. Look at this imbalance. It's huge. This is a perfect example actually of knowing what type of 5 minutes to aim for. I mean, yes, I'm not saying these never get hit, but it's just the probabilities on the smaller wick ones are just much better. And yeah, as you can see, it's right there. The reversal point, we already went over that. You have the SMT, we have the liquidity sweep. Let's just check for imbalances, which I doubt. We have this 15-minute that's already been tapped into. 30-minute likely. No, 30-minute. If there's no hourly, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done checking. There's no hourly. There's no unmitigated gaps or anything. It's just the gap that's already been tapped into. Now, this trade, 1-minute IFEG, very clean. I like this entry. It looks really volatile. It's not really shitty, candle, whatnot. Pretty decent delivery. And not much of a break-even point here. It's just based off the high we make, or maybe once we get displacement, then we go break-even. But we come very close to stop loss. Once we have this rejection wick, it's confirmed, okay, this trade's hitting like a bitch. So we go break even at the recent high, and we hold respect to this 1-minute fair value gap. And then, yeah, the thing about this though, okay, I don't know why this is like this, but yes, we're targeting 5-minute because I said there's no structure, there's nothing, much to aim for. Besides just a retracement and maybe a runner if you want, but this is just so much more better to aim for. You don't always need big moves, especially when it doesn't make sense to aim, big, I guess. But yeah, we make an SMT at the 5-minute. You can see that right there, and that should have been your cue to leave. Now, unfortunately for me, I think I got a bit of a later entry up here, because this is the day Top Step went down. I remember this, and I had to go to my other accounts on Alpha to take a trade. And so I got a later fill, and so this was not a 1-to-1 for me yet. I had to wait. I basically needed this 5-minute to get hit for me to target a 1-to-1, but I should have just took the profits that I had. Like, it was really stupid of me to just not take profits. It's so stupid. But anyways, yeah, we had SMT there. This is where you'd full TP for about a 1.3, almost 4R. And that would have been nice, but we end up just chopping up here. And then this right here becomes a 15-minute, and we make an SMT there as well before running lower. You see right there, we hit that 15-minute. We don't here. And that's pretty much it for this day. Now, we only have 2 more days, but I think only 1 day we had to set up. Let's go ahead and get this over with. Almost done. This might be one of my fastest recaps ever, maybe, hopefully. Alrighty, so structure, looks like we have a 4-hour up here. Fat imbalance here. This is a 4-hour as well, right there. And then we also have a 1 hour. Just keep this in mind for the short setup that I'm about to show that I took. Structure. London and Asia, it's pretty far away, but it does look like a good target. Unmitigated discounted 5-minute right here. We inverse this 5-minute. So we can, assume that we're likely to hit this 5-minute, or at least make an SMT here with ES. So that's what I was pretty much going based off of. We hit this 5-minute here for continuation model to the downside. 30-second IFEG, not sure where it was, but it was a 30-second, and this is like the exact entry. Stops right here, and just a simple target towards this 5-minute. And then we do have this 8:30 candle, which we hadn't used on this day. No, we did not. Wait, it was Thursday. I'm tripping. Oh my gosh. 8:30 CPI, yeah. I was kind of fixated on it being an 8:30 news candle. Not really a data wick. A data wick is if we left something like this, right? This would be a data wick that we could aim for, but this is just a normal wick. So there's nothing significant about this here. So I shouldn't have been so fixated on that. Also, I should not have been so fixated on this 5-minute getting hit. I should have just went break even here. This is a great break even point. I mean, like I said before, sometimes when the break-even point is pretty close and you want to give your trade, room to breathe, that makes sense. But when you see the break-even point get hit and we have a rejection like this, and not only do we have a rejection like this, but we flip bullish, that's your cue to just go break-even, because this shit is about a flip. And that's exactly what happened. I actually lost this trade Oh, that fucking sucks, bro. That sucks actually so bad. Yeah, this was a losing trade. Should have been break even, and then we ended up getting a trade back to the upside. As I said, there's a 4-hour up here that looks like it wants to be filled. We have a 5-minute IFEG right there, break even at this 1-minute fair value gap, and this ends up getting break even and just fails completely. But it does run up to the 4-hour. Just this trade failed. So break even, 2 break even trades in one day, and that's pretty much it for this day. Now, there was no trade for data on Friday, but I did take more of a discretionary play, so I'm going to go ahead and go over that real quick before I end this video off. I just wanted to take it to 11. I don't know why I did that. All right. So, market opens. We have a good reversal point here. If I go on the 15-minute, let's just look at the structure, what we have going on here. So ES doesn't take London, but NQ does. So we have an S&T reverse off that. Targets seem pretty obvious. We have London above. We have these lows stacked up there, or these highs. Why did I say lows? I'm tripping. Market opens. We bull run to that, and we just continue to run up here. And right here, we get a 5-minute retrace. Okay, but no 5-minute retrace here, but we do get that up here. So we get a 5-minute retrace, and I take like some 15-second fair value gap. Around like right here. Probably take a little bit of a discounted one, because I took it after we respected a fair value gap on the lower time frame. Aiming for like a 1.75. My stop was probably a little bit shorter than, I don't know. But I remember it was like a 1.75, something like that. And yeah, this is basically the trade that I took. Really nothing to even target, if I'm being honest with you. I got very lucky because, I mean, this shit was random as fuck. Look at this random spike. That was weird. This very much could have failed. This is a very stupid trade. Don't ever take something like this. We had an unmitigated 15-minute right beneath us. We're massively overextended. No targets to aim for. This is just pure pattern trading at its finest. Okay, I got very lucky with this, and yeah, was expecting this just to be a break-even trade, and I was just taking it just to hope to get a 1-to-1, and luckily that's what happened. So, gonna leave that here, and I think that's really just it for this entire week. This is week 3. I'm kind of losing track of the weeks here because I've done like 3 week recaps within the span of like 2 or 3 days. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload this, and I have to collect data for the last week, which is week 4 of December, because as you know, I took a break, of course, holidays. So took a break on that. I'm gonna go ahead and collect data for that week, and then I'll do the week recap. Probably do that tomorrow though, because I'm kind of exhausted from doing these. And yeah, it's gonna be it. So yeah, bye, I guess.